All righty. Hi. Happy Thursday. Happy At the Mic Deep Dive Day. Today it's Barfley number 4. And I feel like I really need to explain the whole Barfley thing because it's, if you're familiar with the origin story, I guess I started to call it Barfly, and the thought was just me and Brad hanging out, having drinks. Which, by the way, I've had um, I've had blackberries curing in vodka over here, so this will be fun. Anyway, and so it just Barfly, but when you put the words together, it just looked like a made up word, Barfley, and so we just call it Barfley. Hope that makes sense. It does not, does it? Okay. So anyway, thanks for hanging out here on a Thursday afternoon. The At the Mic. Let me show you this. Let me just show you. If I remove myself from the stream, I want you to see this logo that Hero West created. Look at this. I may never. If I come back off. How cool was that? Did you see that? It was a special made logo with me as the Atlanta Braves logo and Brad Staggs as the Savannah Bananas logo. That's awesome because Major League Baseball starts today. So a very cool work of art created by Wes for us today. He's been doing a lot of. He makes sure that we're up over at YouTube and Spotify and iTunes and all sorts of stuff. So I appreciate all of his hard work over there. Who knows? I hope we're live on. If we're not live on YouTube today, it's not Wes's fault. I promise. Yeah, doesn't look like YouTube is working. And you know why YouTube? Yes, it is. Okay, it is working. Yes. Oh my gosh, thank you, Lord. We had so many big technical issues. Surprise! Before we started, hey, if you missed last Thursday's deep dive, we did the Abraham Lincoln. Was he America's first dictator? That was awesome with Razor Fist as my guest. That was there's a lot of information there, so I hope you will check that out if you've not seen that. Everything pinned to the top of my Twitter page at Keith Malinak, and of course archived over there at the YouTube channel at the Mic Show, or is it just at the Mic? Hell, I don't even know anymore. And then also Spotify and iTunes as well. So I see people commenting on the YouTube channel, but as I'm trying to monitoring it here in real time, it's just not showing up. So I hope that maybe everybody in the world can see it but me. But that's cool because I see your comments. So thank you so much. All righty. Let's see. What else do I have for you? Well, the most important thing today. It's not all the conspiracies we need to talk about. It's not the drinks even. It's the fact that Brad Staggs from thedailymojo.com is turning 29 years old today. Brad,
I'm 29.
Happy birthday.
I'm gonna go and you know what I'm gonna do? Because what?
It's like you've already started drinking. In fact, it feels like maybe your computer has already started drinking. Can I just say before, and then I'll turn the floor over to you to tell us what you've been doing on your big birthday.
Yes.
Before we got started, we had some issues, and one of them was Brad's computer was kind of choppy, which I've been there dozens of times on my own show here.
Except my computer's not choppy.
It's okay. Well, I hope people don't see it as choppy. I do. Maybe it's me now. It could be me. This is the joke of an afternoon we've had. So Wes says, just clear the cache stuff, right? Which made total sense. Let's clear out the memory. Maybe they're bogged down. Maybe that's the issue. And so I didn't realize it was going to kick all of us out. And so behind the scenes, we're trying to log in. I can't remember passwords. It's just a nightmare. And it's just like, I'm calling Wes. What's the password to get back in? It's like 1:58 Central, 2 minutes to air. And anyway, so I didn't realize it was going to kick me out of everything. But
surprise.
Yeah, surprise. So so you're not seeing yourself as choppy, is that right?
No, I'm seeing myself as choppy now. I wasn't before, but now it is.
Okay, I don't know. You download too much donkey porn, I think, is the problem.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Define too much. Define too much.
You and Tim Walls. Tim Tim Walz
Can you ever have too much donkey porn?
In his horsies.
Does he like horses?
No. No, we're not. No. Do you
I mean,
okay. So can I let me
at least it's not feet.
Oh gosh.
I know, right? Feet.
Right?
Who the hell's into feet?
Right. Horses before feet. Am I right? Wait. So,
hashtag horses before feet.
So there was a thing during the campaign where the left tried to make this fake excerpt from a book that suggested J.D. Vance enjoyed the company of couch cushions. And so someone on the right said, okay, how about we do this? And then they took like a story, an old newspaper story about a man and a horse. And they took,
Did he have to see a guy about a horse?
And then the guy, they took an old Tim Walz picture and superimposed it. And so it looked like Tim Walz enjoyed the company of horses. And so that's how the whole thing started. Anyway, how you doing with your birthday today?
I'm good.
I need Dramamine.
I'm really good. I'm thinking about going to the airport and running around.
You have to lose some clothes.
Okay.
Right.
Look, it's a good day. It's a beautiful day to leave me alone.
Have you I know we're at the dailymojo.com. I know you guys have been talking about the Signal app stuff. Have you heard the
well, we briefly touched on it because honestly, I think that is that to me, that's another one of those somebody did that intentionally.
Okay. All right. And that is the perfect segue into a Thursday deep dive. See, I didn't know you had that thought. That okay.
I mean, who does that? What and magically it's the Atlantic? Come on.
Okay, so here's a couple of things I want to throw at you. Did you see Mila Joy tweeted out that Catherine Mayer, she's the CEO of NPR who was testifying in front of Congress yesterday?
Oh, yes.
Do you see she serves on the board of the Signal app? I'm sure it's just a coincidence. We're not inferring anything.
I mean, okay. Can I just say that Catherine Mayer, was she ever on the air?
I don't know.
Because she talks in her testimony, she talks like NPR.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah. And she was, I think she spent 7 years at Wikipedia, if I read that correctly.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah. And that makes me question Wikipedia. Okay. So
hold on. I see what you did there.
Wait, what did I do? Question.
Why?
I really don't know. Did I do a good job with that?
Did you ever not question Wikipedia?
Yes.
Hold on a second. Can you hear her?
Discuss the essential role of public media in delivering unbiased,
can you see her?
Fact-based reporting to Americans. Americans listen to public radio.
I mean, seriously, does she not sound like an NPR reporter? I mean, she may have been on the air. I don't know.
It's a good point. I almost want to close my eyes and I expect to hear like some editorial about fear of fat shaming or whatever the thing that. But hold on a second. I didn't trust Wikipedia. Then I trusted Wikipedia. Now that I found out, I need to find out the window that she was at Wikipedia, and now I need to figure out if.
You can't trust Wikipedia because anybody can go in there and do anything.
I agree completely, but at least you're tracked, your IP address, which of
course, but who knows?
Totally work around that.
If you ask 10 people how to track something on there, they wouldn't know how.
Yeah, and I wonder if you use a VPN, is that really tracking you? You see what I mean? Like if you want to do nefarious stuff to some topic and control the narrative, you just go through a VPN, right?
Well, riddle me this. Every time you're on a VPN and you go log into some site somewhere and it goes, we have to make sure you're human because it can tell you're on a VPN. So does a VPN really disguise you?
You know, I'm getting a little pissed at VPNs actually, because now this just started, at least with the VPN that I use. If it won't connect if I'm going over a cell tower, it will only connect if I'm going through Wi-Fi. And so I've already told myself when this period ends that I paid for the subscription, I'm going somewhere else. I don't know if it's the specific company, but it's weird.
Who do you
just
have?
started doing that. I knew you were going to ask me that. I can't remember. Hang
I have
on.
Nord.
No, mine is the hell is mine? ExpressVPN. So if
is it like LifeLock? Do they LifeLock just is a marketing company, and so I wonder if all the VPNs like use one service and just rename themselves something different. Wait a second, Catherine Marr, is it Mayor or Marr? Doesn't matter.
Sure.
She's also a member of the Council on Foreign Relations.
Oh my gosh! All right, see,
this keeps getting better.
I mean, this is they're right there in plain sight. So
yeah, I mean,
hang on, I'm looking here. You have to use.
And the best part was when she was saying, "Yeah, we regret some of our reporting on the laptop. We regret some of our decisions." You know what? She gets lip filler.
Oh yeah. Oh. 100%.
I mean, she's not an unattractive woman, but again, she's another example of open the pie hole, lose points.
So hold on. Before we get too far away from the signal situation.
Yes, sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine. It's your birthday. You can get away with whatever you want to today.
Oh, can I get away with?
Why don't you back off, woman?
Yeah. Okay. That's good stuff.
That's straight out of Mega Quake San Andreas, one of the possibly worst movies you've ever seen if you've never seen it.
I think I had my dad rent that for me one weekend. I mean, it was a fun childhood where he would get me on the weekends, and then on the way home, we'd stop by a movie stop at the corner of South Cobb Drive and Austell Road there in old Marietta, Georgia, and then I would figure out what movies to rent, and I know for a fact that one of those weekends was that one, and it was so bad.
When was that? When did your dad still alive? No. When did he die?
2017.
Okay, this came out in 2019, so you didn't see it.
Okay, there's a movie that is about some giant earthquake. Somebody figure out what movie I'm talking about.
It's got to be. I think there's one called San Andreas.
Yeah,
but this one is it's a Prime movie, and it's on Amazon Prime right now. I don't know where it started, but it's called Mega Quake San Andreas.
Okay,
and it is so bad it's good. I mean, awesome. It's like student film bad.
Then obviously I'm referring to some other mega earthquake movie from the late 80s or early 90s.
Yeah, this one is 6 years old, and it is. I mean, it does give you great lines like,
"Why don't you back off, woman?"
So it is a source of great content.
Yeah, however, a lot of drops in that. I have 3 phones, and none of them are currently working. Just want to point that out.
Why do you have 3 phones?
Well, because it's baseball season for one. I have one that I watch baseball on, or football, or Better Call Saul on. And then I have my phone, you see? This is what all phones are doing right now. I guess I don't have Wi-Fi in the house. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe that's it. Because I'm hardlined in to the Ethernet for the show, for the laptop.
Yes, you are.
So have you done anything special on your birthday?
Does a nap count?
Oh, hell yeah, it does.
Then yes.
I need a nap.
I woke up too early at like 2:30, and I thought, screw it, I'll just get up. And then about 10 o'clock, I was like, nope, this is not happening. And I thought, all right, 20 minutes and I'm good. And I looked at the clock, and it was like, holy shnikes, 1 o'clock. It really, when you get older, you lose control of your bladder and sleep time.
Yeah.
And it's bad when you lose control of both of them at the same time. I mean, it's warm for a second, but then it's cold.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
You know how it is.
Imagine
how Jeffy feels.
Tremors, I think, was the name. Find out what year Tremors came out, Brad.
Tremors would be in the 80s. That's Kevin Bacon.
I think that might have been it.
Kevin Bacon. That Tremors is actually good.
Then maybe that's not it. I'm not going to waste everyone's time while I try to remember my crazy
good.
childhood memories. But there you go.
Childhood memories are good. Mm-hmm. When you San Andreas Megaquake is and it's got 3.5 stars Now I should have known it's only got 303 ratings of 3.5 stars, but the IMDb rating is 2.4.
Okay.
And the reviews of it, the reviews are fabulous. I mean, to the point of, I mean, they're so bad they're good. Again, it's a guilty pleasure.
Do we still need what's her face on the screen? Did you want to hear more of what she had to say? Because
you told me to pause her, and then I paused
I know,
her.
But I want to throw a Signal app conspiracy theory at you.
Can we hear just one more?
Yeah, what does she
as
got?
they
What does she
work
got?
and in the kitchen as they cook with family. Nearly 100% of Americans live within range of a public radio station.
I mean, I like her voice.
Yeah.
I don't like what the vocal cords are forming, but I like
So
the
while
vocal
she's
cords.
playing, do you have the ability to play that drop from that movie while she's talking?
I do.
And we cover what matters to local communities.
Why don't you back off,
Crop
woman?
prices,
Yes.
cook-offs, and local sports teams, alongside news of the nation and the world, the halls of Congress to coverage of troops overseas.
I mean, what a clown show. What a total clown show.
I mean, the amount of waste of our tax dollars, not only uncovered by Doge, just straight up fraud.
He's a Nazi.
But the propaganda.
He's a Nazi.
That we have funded and continue to fund, quite frankly.
Right?
He's a Nazi because
yeah,
he wants to save you money. That's the one thing about the Nazis, man. If they had just tried to budget.
I know. Well, you know,
then they could have had a better PR machine. I don't know. So I tell you,
it's so hard to fight stupid.
The Laura Loomer tweet. It seems like the comments that I'm reading, people are kind of split on this, on the whole. Are you familiar with this? The whole NSA. McWalt. Okay.
No, so, go talk to me. Talk to me, Goose.
So you read an article, and it says that his deputy Alex Wong set up the Signal group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, so she looked into him, and I want to say, as I lay this out, I'm just repeating the facts as she laid them. I'm not insinuating anything. I'm just telling you, because on the surface it looks bad, but how many of us could a circumstantial evidence case be made against, right? So his parents immigrated here. Trying to remember all the details. Should have printed it up, didn't. So his parents immigrated here, and so
they worked in Hong Kong.
Okay, yeah. So he's an American. Let's just get that out there. He married someone. I'm trying to think if his wife is
U.S. Attorney Candace Chu Wong.
Correct.
She's a Chinese woman who was one of the key attorneys involved in prosecuting January 6ers.
Good. No, this is why I love you. This is why I love having you on, because I'm over here just trying to wing it, and you're actually looking up facts. So thank you.
Fast fingers.
Fast fingers. Okay, so backing up to Alex Wong. Mm-hmm. He went to Penn, which, I mean, you're Ivy League educated. That's strike one as far as I'm concerned. And then he's connected to a law firm that Trump revoked the security clearances for, because he said, look, you guys are weaponizing, it's lawfare, and you're one of the culprits.
Perkins Coy.
Yeah. Now, as I'm saying this, let me also say that there are plenty of people on the right who praised this choice in November of Alex Wong, who have nothing but great things to say about him and stuff that he has done behind the scenes for Republicans. So, just saying.
Which is what you would do, which is the way you would build your reputation behind the scenes if you wanted to take, if you wanted to shift focus away from you, of course. I mean, talk about Occam's razor.
Okay. So his wife clerked for Sonia Sotomayor, but I think she also worked for maybe she did something for Kavanaugh too. I think
she was.
See, thank you. Brad's reading. He's got my back.
She worked on the Obama administration and the Biden administration as assistant United States attorney in the United States Attorney's Office for D.C., where she led the violence reduction and trafficking offenses section for 2 years.
Hang on, and And
Her father is a retired senior manager of satellite operations at Asia-Sat in Hong Kong.
But wasn't she a part of the? I have no internet, by the way. I just assume we're on the air. So
you have no internet?
Like,
you have to have internet if you're seeing me.
That's what I'm saying. Nothing is working except for me connected to you. So I can't look this up.
That is so sweet.
Isn't that
no? We're on YouTube.
That's good. That's good. And Twitter still, I hope.
You and Jeffy,
even if
Twitter.
It's not true.
Sure. Yes.
Not true. So the prosecutions, the J6 prosecutions, she belonged to a law firm that was working with that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
so again,
she was the one of the prosecutors of the J6ers.
Okay,
is that? I think
so. So I think what's happening here is Laura Loomer is suggesting that this was intentional.
Why wouldn't it be? I mean, again, these are the same people up in DC. I mean, we have assumed that the Trump administration has been able to get rid of as many of them as they possibly could. They're all on high alert. They know to be looking, but some of these people that have embedded themselves into the deep state, if you will, are really good at what they do. They're well trained. They are smart. They are crafty. They are dedicated to taking him down. And this is not that big an accomplishment for somebody to make it look like someone else did it. I mean, it makes no sense for the writer at the Atlantic to be why. Well, who was it? Was it Mike Walsh who said, "Why would I even have him in my phone?"
So does that mean that Alex had him in his phone? Like, I don't know.
Or you'd have burner phone if you did. I mean, that's the thing. You'd have, if you're smart, and I'm sure he is, you're not going to use your government issued phone or your personal. You're going to go get a burner that has these capabilities, and you're going to use that phone. And probably, if you're smart, you disable location services so no one knows where you are, because we know that they can trace you anywhere. And you do it that way. It's not that. This is not that tough a gig for them to have turned this thing around on and make it look like.
So do you think that this is a mole situation inside?
It is.
Okay, but so do you think it's Alex Wong purposefully doing this?
Could be.
Wow.
I mean, it kind of looks that way. He's got it looks like he has the motive. He had the opportunity. What is it? Motive, opportunity, and
a body.
And a body. And he's got the body.
Wait.
You have what's a motive, opportunity?
Someone will come with an alibi. No, not
no.
Motive, opportunity, and means.
What is it? I mean, I watch Knives Out, Glass Onion. It's a motive,
opportunity,
and means.
Means.
Right, means.
I said means. What do I get?
You did. I know. You won. You won. Mad Honey.
Press play on this chick again, because I want to envision her doing an NPR report, like you said.
Why don't you back off, woman?
Right.
Oh, sorry, wrong woman.
Today, Americans have more media choices than ever. The rise of podcasting has established a competitive free market for
I'd like her voice.
Hang on a second. I knew the Venmo thing was an issue with Mike Waltz. Because I didn't know it just had a bunch of report. Okay, interesting.
Wait, what?
So his Venmo, I knew his Venmo information was out there, but according to Queen Bee, his Venmo was filled with nothing but reporters' contact information. Why? Okay, so wait.
Who's Venmo?
Our NSA guy.
Oh, Wong?
Walls, not the deputy.
Oh, Waltz. Waltz or Walls?
It's Waltz. It's what? Waltz.
Waltzing Matilda.
I barely even started drinking.
I know, right?
So,
who said that? Wait a minute. Who said that? Who was it? Somebody in the chat? Who was it?
Queen Bee.
On the
hold on.
YouTube.
Hold on. Let's do more ADD. Motive means an opportunity. See,
Yes. That's why I said motive and opportunity. You said means.
Yeah, but you said it in the wrong order.
I did say it in the wrong order.
The alliteration is better the way.
Stop it.
Question said it.
Stop it. I'm going to the airport and I need to dance.
Oh, yeah. She should read audiobooks. Look at that. Okay.
She's got a fabulous voice.
Uh-huh.
It's got that slightly nasal
pisses
quality.
Me off? I'll tell you. When someone reads an audiobook and you can tell they have no idea the subject matter, right? Because they're like mispronouncing stuff that you...
That's AI.
No.
What dumbass reads a... I mean, if you don't know a pronunciation and you're reading an audiobook, shouldn't you... I mean, you should ask somebody. I mean, that's assuming a lot in today's... Ms. Mayer does have a sexy speaking voice, Aussie Jewel says. I agree. Thank you. She does. It's very... Now, you can't trust a damn thing she says, but, you know.
Yeah, my bad, Corey.
But you'll have a big time. She got great ASMR voice.
Oh.
Hi, you're getting very sleepy.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be right here next to you.
You ever done hypnotherapy? Where they sit there and they...
I'm doing it right now.
I had some... You triggered me, is what
You're
happened.
looking in it.
That's what I was afraid of. I thought I was about to start clucking like a chicken there or something, like just spontaneous, just from you talking.
Hey, oh, there's Corey from New Somalia.
Yeah.
Who's Corey from New Somalia? Where's New Somalia?
New Somalia is Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking, but then
the Twin Cities of New Somalia.
Right.
So. Okay, so I want to put a picture up here for you, and
I'm Derry Merbles, filling in for David Parker, who took off 8 months to study the migration patterns of our nation's squirrels. Bob Edwards, that's who. Do you remember? Wasn't I trying to think of the name Bob Edwards the other day? Was that you?
No, it wasn't me.
He was the NPR guy, Bob, I'm Bob Edwards. It was really fabulous voice, and around the turn of the century, God, that sounds so long ago, but it was 25 years ago. But
I know
he was on NPR, and then they took him off of like the morning show, and he was really good because I used to listen to NPR back then, and it wasn't nearly as crazy left. I mean, it was left, but it wasn't crazy left.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a good voice. They fired him because, you know, we had to go younger. And then he ended up doing his own show, the Bob Edwards show. And he's dead now. So that shows what happens to you if you get fired from NPR. Pretty soon you die. Just so you know.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you had any. I was hoping you had some more examples for us there.
Who was Walter Cronkite? Didn't he die right after he retired?
Did he get fired by NPR?
Sure.
So
you can believe everything I'm saying.
I want to put this on the screen and tell me if you have any thoughts on this. There, you see that there?
Hold on, it's too far away.
There it is. Hang on.
Hold on a minute.
Wait,
I've got this.
Make it bigger.
Please make it bigger. Can you just make it a little bigger?
What is?
That's Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. Well, that's his passport from the movie The Matrix. Perhaps you've heard of that. Do you see when his passport, the 1999 movie, The Matrix, his passport expires on September 11th, 2001?
Here's the weird thing. That doesn't really look like Keanu Reeves, but it looks like Keanu Reeves.
Don't get distracted. Pay attention to the date on the right-hand side.
Right-hand side. Oh, September 11th, 2001.
So,
did something happen that day? You know, some people did some stuff.
Oh, we brought it home. I mean, we brought it back to
welcome.
Somalia.
You are welcome.
You are the master of the segue, aren't you?
Yes, I can bait that audience.
Of the common thread.
I bait them.
I heard it. I heard you say it. Yep.
I'm good at baiting them.
Yes, we have heard this.
A master at baiting them.
Okay.
What?
All right. Let me find something.
You want to take a class? Is this thing on? Hello?
Boy, I guess it didn't like that picture. I put a picture up there and then it said, how about we take all of you off? Okay, I guess we're not going to talk about Mars.
Is that Reeves or David Hogg? Isn't that weird that did
Oh,
it would look? I knew it was Reeves, Keanu Reeves, but then it didn't. Right? I mean, it doesn't. It's him, but it doesn't look like him.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. My gosh.
Good God. Say something worth listening to. Damn it!
Why don't you back off, woman?
The reason I ask is because this thing is so temperamental that normally when you're talking, the little frame around your picture lights up, and it wasn't lighting up. And remember, one of the technical issues we had before we got started earlier was I was here. You guys didn't realize it. You and Wes didn't realize it. I was here. I was talking. I could see myself. I could hear myself, but you guys couldn't. I was like a ghost. Made me sad. Oh, speaking of ghosts, hang on. Hey, I've got to tell y'all about next Thursday. And no, we're not wrapping up. Don't act like
get
you're
to today first.
No. Next Thursday, there's a conversation we're going to have about artificial intelligence. And somebody reached out to me that may have found a ghost in the machine.
Yeah.
He sent me a transcript, a conversation that he had with AI. And it is creepy. So, look, I don't want to oversell it. Maybe I'm overreacting, but I want you to tune in on Thursday, April 3rd for that. That's the deep dive.
AI is getting crazy.
It's not. We got to pull the handbrake, I think. Oh, Brad's not willing to give up on it. He likes it.
I do. I mean, just real quick, I know we're just pulling off just a parallel side road. Have you seen? I think it's Revy, REVE AI. I have it over here, and
do I need to put it on the screen or something?
Sure, because this is freaking amazing what it can do.
Okay.
Give me just describe a scene. Just make something up in your brain. Anything. I mean, could be a car, could be a building, could be a person. You know,
could be a French maid. Right?
Could be a French maid.
That's the first thing that came to mind. I'm sorry.
Standing. Where's the French maid standing?
In the doorway.
In the doorway of a bedroom?
Whoa.
A kitchen.
What are you talking about? Crazy
a kitchen with, let's say, black and white floor tile. With black and white floor tile.
Of course. You got to have the black and
floor
white
tiles.
Floor tile.
And name a lion, or excuse me, name an animal, not a lion. And a animal, any animal.
Wow. A crocodile.
And a crocodile is standing.
And this is
next to her.
And what is this again?
This is REVE AI. All right, so French maid standing in the doorway of a kitchen with black and white floor tiles, and a crocodile is standing next to her. You hit generate, and that's sometimes it. Okay. I mean, this is a what? 5, 4, 3, 2. Boom.
There she is.
I mean, that's just weird that you can.
Uh-huh.
Remember the beginning days of the interwebs when you were like, "Oh, I want to download a picture." And you'd hit download, and then you go and you turn the coffee pot on, and you go out and you mow the lawn, and you come back in, you make a couple phone calls, and then you take a nap.
And it would start at the top.
Now you just tell it what you want to see,
and
in 4 seconds or less, it creates it.
Yeah, but how many fingers does she have? Probably 8.
Can't really tell. She's doing the James Doohan Scotty dance. You ever watch Star Trek, the original Star Trek? Always watch, because Jimmy Doohan was missing 2 fingers on his right hand. Oh. And you could never tell because he always kept the hand hidden. You knew it when you shook his hand.
You know who else has missing fingers that they hide from
Jeffy?
From you? Is that right? No. It's the Allstate guy. The Mayhem guy.
No.
Mayhem.
Oh, him. Mayhem.
Is that?
I was thinking of
Allstate?
Jake from State Farm. No, I think you're right.
No. Yeah,
No,
so
yeah.
he I guess he had some. I don't remember.
Flesh-eating bacteria.
I think so. Yeah.
Ate four of his fingers.
Yeah. And so you'll see his hand is always covered up. Some way they do it. I don't know. I think he's
weird.
Hilarious. Yeah.
Ewan Guru said those early pictures only had 4 colors too.
Of what?
The early pictures on the interweb, because you didn't have didn't have gazillions of colors. But I mean, here we are in a world where you can do that, where you can create a picture like that, and we're questioning whether or not this doofus.
What website is this for the
REVE dot is it REVEAI.org, and it's free. You can create anything. You can create and you can do it in different aspect ratios, and it's.
See, it used to be that would be an advertisement, like an avant-garde advertisement on like the back of a magazine or something, and maybe she would be holding, you know, a Seagram's or something, you know, or whatever.
Yep.
And you would have to get all of the elements, the woman, the set, the wild animal, whatever you wanted, all together. Have to pay this ridiculous amount of money, you know, rent the studio space. Now you just did what you do, and boom, you have it in 5 seconds.
Is that not? I mean, it's just, it blows me away that you can do this sort of thing, and then.
Where's that audio coming from?
That was AI also.
Okay.
You go and you say, just make up a small group of people cheering.
Well, I appreciate the studio audience that we had there.
And can you imagine if we had these tools back in the like early 80s when we were all starting in radio? Well, you weren't, you were like 5, but if we'd had these tools back then, I mean, again, it's crazy. The French maid does not look scared of the crocodile in her kitchen. No, Ozzy, she doesn't, because she is the master of her kitchen. And it's like that crocodile is not, and that's not an alligator, it's a crocodile, right?
Yeah.
The main difference
that is accurate. That's good job.
The main difference between the two, you know what the biggest difference is?
Where they live?
No, one will see you after later, and one will see you in a while. It's true. Did you?
It's true, kids.
It is true.
I mean, it's.
Should the original Jake Farm sue them for replacing him for a possible DEI high? Oh, that's right. Remember the first Jake from State Farm was the dude, who was white guy in the khakis.
Well, she's a guy.
She's a guy. You can't say that either. Well, she's a guy, so you know.
What happened to that actor?
Do not use gendered language to address everyone.
Because the world has gone batshit crazy.
That guy probably thought he had broken through. Mom, I'm the star of an Allstate commercial. And then they come in, they replace him with a black dude. And I got nothing against Black Jake from State Farm, but he did take that job away from a whitey. And I just wonder whatever happened to the white guy's career.
The original Jake from State Farm was actually a real, okay, this is just the AI version. It was actually a real State Farm employee named Jake Stone.
Huh.
Wow. So they stole his name and was chosen through an internal casting call, but the role was later taken over by Kevin Miles.
Okay, so Kevin's not even a Jake, which adds another layer of fraud.
I would be pissed because it's like, you took my effing name too.
You took my name too, bro. So is he still working at State Farm then, like just selling insurance or something?
After his time in the commercials, Jake Stone left State Farm and now works as a bartender at a pub at Pub 2 in Normal, Illinois.
Wow.
Remember when you used to have to write a letter to the newspaper to find all this stuff out? Dear newspaper, whatever happened to the man in the State Farm commercials? And then you put a stamp on it, you put it in the mail, and you wait for weeks. And hopefully one day, you know, you look in the paper and there's the answer. What happened to, wait, what was I asking? I don't even remember now.
Where are they now?
Right. And now you can figure out I mean, we're so spoiled.
I know. I know.
And
I mean,
we're so spoiled that we've lost track of things like, watch this, making the easy call that it was an undercover mole in the Signal app that was including the Atlantic reporter in this group chat. Come on. That's a gimme.
what do you think's going to happen here?
Nothing. That's the worst part.
You think this guy, do you think he's going to lose his job, whether he's working for the left or not? Because at this point, if you do that, then you are admitting that you were infiltrated. Like, how do you do this? Like, how do you?
Okay, but we've been infiltrated. The left, the right, up the middle, behind us. What's her name? Fang. That, and who was the other one? Fang was Swalwell in.
The driver for Feinstein.
Yeah,
I had forgotten about that until Jeffrey brought it up today.
I know it's so obvious what happens, and there are more moles, and to be fair, we have moles in other countries.
Yes, that's the thing. We act like we don't do this stuff too.
Right. We do the very same thing, and the problem is now we don't just do it in other countries; we do it within our own government. So you have this whole. I mean, it's the deep state / military industrial complex. God, this sounds so crazy, doesn't it? But it's true.
It's the truth. I know.
That's the word. A friend of mine who is on the show from time to time, the original blah, 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 whose name is Robert Labella. And I've known him since since high school. And probably even before that. And he was a spook. And he had a cybersecurity, well, at least that's what they said Minerva Engineering was. And I mean, he's very level-headed guy, and this stuff doesn't surprise him. There's just nothing surprising about it, and it's so blatantly stupid with this reporter thing. If you stop and think about why in the hell, accidentally included him in the Signal chat. Why would you even have him on your phone? Of course, you didn't accidentally include him. He was included on purpose. It just,
I feel like if it was an error, you got to let this guy go. And maybe you just say,
wait, hang on. If it would, let the,
so let's just say it turns out that he had nefarious intent. Okay. Let's just say that they've determined that behind the scenes.
Right.
I think you let him go and you just say, look, we just can't have this level of incompetence. And really, you're kind of saving a little bit of face there that you were played by somebody in your midst for several months.
But because he's yellow.
Okay.
Well, he is. I mean, he's not white, right? He's not black.
Right.
He's yellow. What's his name? Wang?
Alex Wong.
He's yellow. Alex Wong. He's yellow.
I thought you're saying he's scared of something.
No. I'm saying that he's a yellow. He's not a red Indian. He's not a white dude. He's not a black guy. He's not a brown guy. He's a yellow guy. And so therefore, the first thing that happens if you let him go, it's racism.
Right. Well, but what I'm saying is a way to get him out of there and save face at the same time and just say, we can't have this kind of incompetence. But I would imagine if I were setting up that call, I would be so careful. I would make sure that every name I entered in there, I would triple check those numbers.
Of course.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm with you. It does not feel like a mistake on the surface.
Ewan Guru says, I remember waiting for the new encyclopedias to come out, right? Which, don't forget that Keith has a set of encyclopedias within arm's reach.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at them. A whole set of them.
How often did you buy new ones?
Well, that's the thing.
As a family.
No. It was my grandmother. She would buy them, Nana. She bought the 1988 set. So if you actually look in there, it talks about the Soviet Union and all this stuff. And then they would send two things every year, as I can remember. I'm just trying to look over there. They would send a yearbook. It'd be the 1989 yearbook, the 1990 yearbook that would update stuff. But they would also send, I think it's like stickers or something, like when information changed, or I'm trying to think, or pages. I'd have to go over there and thumb through them or something. That might make for a fun live stream at some point. I don't know. But I just remember there's like, maybe it was updated maps or something. I don't know. Whatever. Because remember, Soviet Union falls. We get all these independent nations, Ukraine being one of them. And so you're constantly getting updates and stuff. It's wild, kids, before the internet. Wait, what's happening here?
I found a set on eBay you can get right now for $429. 1988 through 1993, a total of 39 books. Yeah, kids, that's how we used to look stuff up.
My set is better. Mine is maroon. It's a World Book Encyclopedia.
And the smell, because they have a certain smell.
I like a book smell.
I'm not opposed to a book smell.
Hey, can I just bring up something? I didn't mention that I was going to do this, but
I hope you do.
Can I finish the thought though? Because let me.
No, please do it. Just do it. Just go ahead.
Let me take
that. You've got this.
Last time I put on the
because I can't hear. Okay, see, now I can hear you.
That's weird. I don't know why it does that.
Because it's tarded.
It really is. There is not one system. I'm about to go the fuck off.
I didn't know you could say fuck on here.
You can when you're working with inferior products.
No, and this this story is so weird. Here, I'll put it up on mine. That way you can take it and it won't.
It's so weird.
It won't shut us both off.
It's so sad, man.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
This kid, 14 years old, but what the hell happened? Because now you see where the government came out and said it was not asphyxiation.
I saw where the hotel said it wasn't food poisoning. You're saying that the country now.
Yes, because I was listening to what's that thing that John Fisher does? The chewing the cud, chewing.
John Fisher.
Oh, Jeff Fisher. Sorry. What's his show?
Costa Rica, where this happens. Chewing the fat, I believe.
Chewing the fat. Yeah. So he was talking about it. It was yesterday's show, but that it was asphyxiation. But yesterday afternoon, it came out that the local popo, some law enforcement agencies no, it's not asphyxiation. So what was it? We don't know yet.
And so the whole family got sick, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the whole family was ill. I don't know, man. It's so
New York
sad.
Yankee star Brett Gardner's son, cause of death changed by authorities, an unexpected twist. They're backtracking their preliminary findings in their investigation. Costa Rican officials initially said 14-year-old died of asphyxia. They are now reversing their findings. Juan Pablo Alvarado Garcia.
Oh, good job.
I think he's a white dude, right?
Totally sounds like it.
It does, doesn't it? If there was ever John Smith, he's it. An official with Costa Rica's Judicial Investigation Agency said in a statement it was preliminarily ruled out that the cause of death was due to asphyxia due to the fact that at the time of the inspection of the body, no anomaly was observed at macro level in the respiratory tract.
Oh, my gosh.
So
we don't know.
We don't know what
big mystery. And I did read a doctor's report, someone who was on the scene, that said a toxicology report. We're not going to know for months what was in his system.
That always bugs me. Why does it take that long to get? I mean, they're seeing Costa Rica because it's so backed up. But
you're spoiled, and I think it goes back to the whole internet and AI discussion. I think you're just spoiled.
I can get a friend aid with a crocodile right now, and you're telling me you can't tell me what kind of drugs were in a human being system. It's going to take 6 months.
I'm with you. It should be. I feel that it should be faster.
Let's see, the 1600 in the late they suffered severe stomach cramps, vomiting, and diarrhea.
Ugh.
The family did on the 21st. No, the evening of the 20th, Thursday, March, so a week ago. It was a nice place, but I mean,
I want to do some.
I'm not going to say what I think it was.
Oh no!
Well, no. It's nothing. I mean, it's nothing nefarious in that sense. And I don't want to cast aspersions on anyone's character.
Okay.
Especially at this time. But I mean, your 14-year-old kid, you know, I remember being 14. I did some dumb stuff, but I'm not saying he did.
Interesting.
You know, it'd be
some sort of a substance. I'm just trying to figure out how the family is all ill.
I'm not saying. I mean, they could have all gotten sick, but I don't know.
Okay, could be two separate things, maybe.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we're going to find out 3 months from now. There's going to be a little blurb at the end of a radio newscast. And Yankee legend Brett Gardner's son's toxicology report has come back. Authorities in Costa Rica say blah 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 was in his system.
Yep.
This is CBS News. And that'll be the end of it. Yeah.
Okay. Ewan Guru says, "Don't try to sound hip, Bard. It hurts my ears." Was I trying to sound hip? I don't even know how to sound hip.
I was about to say I wouldn't even know how to go about attempting that.
I do not.
Okay,
know.
So I'm going to throw you a little curveball. Normally, on Fridays we like to do the rapid fire thing. So I'm going to do rapid fire conspiracy theories, and I just want a yes or no. You don't even know this is coming, by the way.
No, I don't. When you said rapid fire, I brought up my burn a launcher. Which you can get at protectmymojo.com. And if you use the promo code DailyMojo, you get 10% off.
Protectmojo.com. And the promo code is
Daily Mojo.
Daily Mojo?
And this launches these little, because it's not a gun. Well, you see, it looks like it, but it launches those little balls. You said balls, and then you said rapid fire. And
I did.
This is that less lethal protection.
Lethal. Okay, so real quick, we're going to go through these. I'm just going to name the conspiracy, and I want you to say yes or no. One day there will be consensus, okay, of a conclusion that everybody agrees on, different than today's. Like, for example, if I say JFK, the majority of people say it was Lee Harvey Oswald, 6th floor. What I'm saying
but the majority don't say that.
Okay, all right. No, I just... Work with me, man. All right, so because the JFK files were released, and I still need to go back and see. Glenn did a 2-hour thing last night, I think it was. I heard it was really good. I want to go back and see that. So, how about the assassination of John F. Kennedy? Will we ever all have an agreement? Okay, no agreement ever. How about the Trump assassination attempt in Pennsylvania?
No.
Trump assassination attempt at the Florida golf course?
No.
Maybe it's just me that's hung up on the New Orleans attack.
I didn't dig that far into that one.
Yeah,
but no.
Okay. Now, stand by, because this was going to be rapid fire, but now I need you to Google. Okay, I was gonna say Las Vegas Cybertruck bombing. Okay, but I see Kara. I see you, Kara. I was going to just blast right through this and let Brad say yes or no. Breaking: police announced charges in Vegas Tesla attack. Can you Google that for me? Since apparently my computers, my phones, my computers, my tablet, I feel like an EMP went off over my house just now.
It's quite possible. Suspect arrested, Molotov attack in Tesla dealership. He had the hallmarks of terrorism.
Come on! I thought this was the Cybertruck on January 1st. Get off my phone.
Wait, is that not?
I don't know. Help me.
Is this the? Hang on a second.
I literally just have the comment from Kara. I thought this was going to be the Cybertruck thing. Come on now.
I think that. Oh no, this is the. I guess it's different because this is the cyber. Hang on a second. It's up on screen over here if you want it. Molotov attack on Vegas Tesla dealership that had the hallmarks of terrorism.
Okay, I'm not interested. But
look at those cars, though. Look at those. I mean, look. These people die. Crazy.
Someone's gonna die, bro.
And by crazy, I mean that dude.
Oh God.
Are those some absolutely amazing man titties or what?
And they jiggle when you hit the.
They do jiggle. That is a man titty man right there.
I really thought that we were gonna have the January 1st Cybertruck. Sorry, Kara. That's what I get. Okay, so we're gonna ever know the truth about that? That's just it.
No.
Okay, how about the Las Vegas 2017 shooting?
No. Well, here consent. Okay, so let me clarify something because you said a consensus. I mean, we kind of know what happened on Vegas with the paddock thing because Mindy Robinson,
right?
Mindy MFN Robinson.
Yeah,
I love her. She did like a 3-hour documentary on it.
It is incredible.
It really is. I mean, it's really good and really.
What foreign government attacked us?
Yeah, I mean, it's.
Who do you think?
Did you ask a question or you make a statement?
Yeah, which foreign government do you think attacked?
Which foreign government?
Or was it our own?
That's the problem. Is that I don't know. Yeah. It's likely to be either way, but this shouldn't be a surprise either because going back to Kennedy, if that was the CIA and the mafia, it's just as likely now that it could be elements of our own government coming after us as it could be any other government, and that's the scary part. That's the way it's always been in the rest of the world.
I know, man.
That's what made us different, maybe.
Yeah, because we would screw with other countries. Certainly not our own Operation Mockingbird.
But then which did not get a lot of analysis in the press, and still it's a little confused. The whole Smith-Munt thing in 2012, with reversing the rules against propaganda in this country against us, it just opened, and no one really cared.
No one really cares. Now, I don't know if I'm going to play this entire 6-minute video here, but I have tried every which way possible to contact Ben Swann. Ben Swann was a CBS 46 reporter in my hometown of Atlanta, Georgia. And he used to do this segment when he was a reporter there, where he would, just try to get to the bottom of stuff. He would just lay out facts. That was his thing.
Right.
And so back in 2017, I believe it was, he did about a 6-minute report that, if you've seen this, I'm sorry that I'm playing this again, but I'm not, because there's so much here that it's worth watching again. And he did a report on Pizzagate. A CBS reporter doing a report, and I'm sure you've probably seen this, Brad. And again, if you've already seen this, I apologize. But are we ever gonna? This thing has just gone away, and I want to talk to Ben Swann about this because there is so much here that at least I forgot about, and a lot of this stuff I didn't even know at the time. And then I saw this a few years ago, and I was like, wait a minute, I didn't know that. So anyway, this Pizzagate needs to be investigated, damn it.
Oh, Pizzagate. It became a major story weeks ago when an armed man decided to investigate a D.C. area pizza place for himself. This man right here, he carried a rifle into a pizza parlor and then fired it at the floor. media is telling you the entire story is a hoax or fake news. What does that even mean? I spent the last month investigating. So what exactly is Pizzagate? And are there any actual facts to support the story? I've got to warn you, what we're going to talk about tonight will be disturbing to some people, but this is a reality check you won't see anywhere else.
Reality check.
Actually comes from the WikiLeaks release of hacked emails from Clinton campaign chairman John Podesta. In all, WikiLeaks dumped around 50,000 email messages, and it was from those emails that the claims that John Podesta may be part of a child sex trafficking ring come from. Now, to be clear, not one single email in the Podesta emails discusses child sex trafficking or pedophilia. That is a fact. But there are dozens of what seem to be strangely worded emails dealing with pizza and handkerchiefs. Self-described online investigators say that those words in the emails about pizza and the talk of handkerchiefs is code language used by pedophiles. So how did a DC pizza parlor get pulled into the story? Well, again, read any mainstream report and they indicate that Comet Ping Pong Pizza was somehow linked to this fake story and has no relation to anyone involved. But the truth is that's not true either. What media is ignoring is that the Comet Ping Pong Pizza place is actually referenced in the Podesta emails at least a dozen or so times, and that the owner of that place, James Alfantis, is a friend of John Podesta. He was actually named, this is kind of strange, by GQ magazine as one of the top 50 most powerful people in Washington. Yes, we're talking about a pizza parlor owner. Now let's talk facts here. There is no solid evidence Comet Ping Pong Pizza is being used to run a child sex trafficking ring. But there are some very strange connections between Comet Ping Pong Pizza and a second pizza place 2 doors over, Besta Pizza, and the accusations of pedophilia. Now, this is where things start to get strange when you research this story. Now, to begin, I need to show you a 2007 unclassified FBI document. That document, according to the FBI, contains commonly used symbols by pedophiles to express their preference in children. I want you to see these images here. These are the images. Notice this one on the end, the triangle. That image signifies something called boy love. The pizza place next door to Comet Ping Pong Pizza, Besta Pizza, well, this was their logo until only a few weeks ago. Clearly, you can see that the Besta logo actually contains the same image, I'm going to show you again, as that boy lover image. Interestingly, after Pizzagate investigators pointed this out, Besta Pizza changed their logo, and there it is now. They removed the triangle. Also, Comet Ping Pong, owned by Alfantis, is the place where a number of performance artists perform regularly. 2 of the groups that perform there, who you can see advertised, by the way, on this Comet Ping Pong poster, include a group called Heavy Breathing and another group called Sex Stains.
What's a sex stain?
2 videos by these bands. Heavy Breathing has songs that do joke about pedophilia, and the band Sex Stains has a video that includes, and you see it right there, that same boy lover symbol. It's nearly identical to the one that the FBI does say is a pedophile code symbol for boy love. As I said, there are some strange things there. As for the owner of the pizza place, James Alfantis, well, he was one time in a relationship with David Brock, who ran Media Matters for America.
Say what?
Well, since Pizzagate began to blow up online, he has made his Instagram profile, Jimmy Comet, private. But an archive search of Instagram reveals a number of strange photographs and words with strange and disturbing images associated with them. Look, to the point where we can't show you those pictures. We're not even going to describe them to you because some viewers would find it too disturbing to share on TV. Now let's talk about the Podesta brothers, because remember, it was John Podesta's email that was hacked. In those leaked Podesta emails, John Podesta talks about his close relationship with Dennis Hastert, the former Speaker of the House, who was recently sentenced to 15 months in prison for abusing boys years ago. He was referred to by the judge as a serial child molester. According to the Washington Post, visitors to Tony Podesta's home in Falls Church got an eyeful when they walked into a bedroom at the Podesta residence hung with multiple color pictures by Katie Grannon, a photographer known for documentary-style pictures of naked teenagers in their parents' suburban homes. And to be clear, that just begins to scratch the surface of how strange some of this stuff is. And bear in mind, we can't get into a lot of the real details of it because of the limits on broadcasting this on television.
Right.
But it is some very strange stuff. Now, keep in mind, again, there is no proof here that there is a child sex ring being operated out of a DC pizza parlor. Investigators have already proven there's nothing to the story, right? Well, actually, no. And that's what you need to know.
Oh, no.
For all that is here, there has not been one single public investigation of any of this, not from local police, not from the FBI, no one. And that has to be the big question, not for Podesta or for pizza parlor owners, but for law enforcement. Based on what may be or may not be here, the big question is, why hasn't any investigation taken place? That's Reality Check. Let's talk about it on Twitter.
That's Reality Check. There you go.
Jimmy comments Instagram.
Okay.
It's marked as private, so I went ahead and requested a follow. Who knows? We'll see. But it's interesting that it was marked as private.
Huh.
And that's the thing. It's not what you know. That after talking with some of the J6ers who were political prisoners, who was it? It was Pete Schwartz, who said it's not the legal system, it's not the justice system, it's the legal industry. And we all know that it's not, court isn't about what you can, what you know, it's about what you can prove. It's a dog and pony show. And so, when people say, well, if there had been something going on, the justices would have taken, no, it wouldn't have, because it can be bought and paid for just like everything else.
Let me put, go ahead, keep talking.
No, I was just going to say, the Pizzagate thing sounds weird, because if you were going to have a code words, well, they poo-poo the idea of code words and all that, and yet, if somebody does this, or is that I've never understood, how's that the symbol for white supremacy? I don't know. But if they do this, or if they do this, those symbols, though those are bad, but they can't have symbols in the child pedophile industry. Of course they do. But they try to say, well, that's silly, just the triangle thing. But yeah, why wouldn't you? That's what you would do, is you'd make up some sort of a secret little system. And when you point it out, it sounds a little crazy, except I don't think things like that sound crazy in today's world.
Yeah, they thought Mel Gibson was crazy in that movie, Enemy of the State, right?
Yep. And
continue.
Yes. No, I have nothing more to say about that.
This guy right here, at Ben Swan, and then there's a little underscore at the end. Follow him. He's still alive.
I just sent him a message on LinkedIn.
Okay, so I've messaged him through LinkedIn. I've emailed because he's got an alternative media company now. He's on Twitter. He's very much alive and well. And I so desperately want to talk to him about Pizzagate in a forum like this, because you can't let that stuff go.
I agree.
There are kids. If that is true, then it's obviously still happening. And who was it? I was just talking, and I can't remember who it was. That okay, this is weird, because I showed the same thing. Let me bring it here, because Ben Swan's ex, I pointed that same thing out. What?
The hurricane, the face in the hurricane. Did you not see remember when Hurricane Milton came through it? It looks like a dude with a I don't know if you can see that or not over on the other screen.
Oh, my bad.
It looks like it looks like a dude with a mask on, and I thought the same thing. But I know, weird, right?
That. Can you zoom in?
I think so. Yeah. How's that? Did I make it bigger? I think I did. We did how? Yeah, I mean, that's such a perfect.
That's cool.
I mean, how does that even happen randomly? I know we've got pareidolia. Is it pareidolia where you see human faces everywhere you look?
Oh, it's got a word, huh? Wow.
Yeah, I think it's pareidolia. Anyway, the point I was making, I can't remember who I was talking to, whether it was Ron or somebody else, but they had a daughter or a niece that was actually sold off into the sex slave trade. And so, I mean, we know that exists. Why is it so outrageous to think that the pedophile ring in DC, of all places, Scumtown, USA?
So yes,
why wouldn't we? Why isn't that possible?
Okay, so that segues into the death of Seth Rich.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to remind people who Seth Rich was, or would you like me to?
You can do it if you want to.
Okay, so Seth Rich, many people believe, was the source of those leaked emails to WikiLeaks.
Mm-hmm.
An official, someone who worked high up in the DNC, and then of course was killed in a robbery where nothing was taken.
Right. That's the
they left his wallet, which had $120 cash in it, his nice watch, his phone, all of that stuff was left on July 10th, 2016. So maybe they're not connected at all, but a lot of people think that there's definitely a connection there. And so I don't know that we're ever going to get any more from Julian Assange.
Did he get pardoned?
Yeah, but he can't. But what's the deal? Somebody refresh my memory. Basically, he can't.
He agreed to plea deal with. Let's see. Assange agrees to plea deal with Biden. Is free. He left Belmar maximum security prison almost 6 months ago. No, 9 months ago, in June of last year. And did he get pardoned?
He got something where
I can't remember now. Things go by so quick. Rights organizations demand Biden pardon Assange. It was January 26th. So I don't know if Heritage Foundation, he should not be pardoned. I disagree. Heritage Foundation on that one. Donald Trump offered him a pardon in 2020 if he would say that Russia was not involved in leaking Democratic Party emails. So I don't know if he did or not. Assange pardon. Rights to demand Biden. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm just... So he had to go back to Australia where he pled guilty to one count of something.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Yeah. I remember a lot of things were deleted, I think, as part of this deal. So I think that's what kept him from being like extradited to the US. Basically, look, you delete this stuff and then we won't keep chasing you down and you can live free and all this stuff. It's, I don't know, man.
All right. So Seth Rich, because God, this has been, it was 2016, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's been almost 10 years ago. So I remember he was talking, and I'm looking at the NPR story on it because I can hear this.
You can hear what's her name talking.
Terry Gross, who's the host of it, but she sounds just like what's her face there. This is Fresh Air. I'm Terry Gross. When a young staffer for the Democratic National Committee was murdered in D.C., I can't do that forever. So, but the death of Seth Rich became the subject of wild conspiracy theories, some planted by Russian intelligence operatives and promoted by allies of President Trump and covered on Fox News. The theories assert that Seth Rich was the person who gave DNC the mails to WikiLeaks. And the headline of the whole thing is Conspiracy Land debunks theories about murder of DNC staffer Seth Rich. If you're going to go to the trouble and expense of putting together a documentary, I mean, come on. How did we even get, why was it so, well, you said it. It was a robbery gone so wrong that they didn't take anything from him. It's like dude who drug himself into the park. the Clinton, and shot himself in the back of the head twice.
And it was what, two figures
Vince
seen
Foster.
running away?
Right. Yes, from Seth Rich. Yes, exactly.
So you needed two figures to not rob somebody? Like,
right.
I don't know.
He was talking to his girlfriend just before. I remember that.
And so 2 weeks later, Debbie Wasserman Schultz resigns from the DNC, which is curious timing. I don't know why you would do that in the middle of a campaign season.
They don't, and that's just it, is the people in these positions of power, they would just as soon, a lot of them, I'm sure there are some who are not complete dickweeds, but they would just as soon kill you as look at you. If you are a threat to them in one way or the other, they'll take you out. And who wants to believe that about people in our own government? I mean, that's not what we grew up
becoming
thinking America
easier and
was.
easier to believe, though, isn't it?
I have no problem believing that at all. It was 4:19 in the morning on a Sunday.
Yeah. Interesting.
Was it the police concluded that it was most likely the case of when he resisted, his assailants panicked, shot him, and fled without taking the wallet and other items that he had on him. And Seth Rich was not a big dude physically. And so two dudes couldn't take him down.
Couldn't take him down.
How tall was Seth Rich? 5'8", 185.
Yeah. I mean, he's a fire plug, Brad.
185, 5'8".
Okay.
Well, actually, you know what? No, he was stocky, yeah. Right. 185, 5'8".
Okay, you know me. I'm 6 foot 190.
Are you 190?
Yeah, so he's not that big of a guy.
No, and it just, the whole thing was, it stunk to high heaven.
Sure did.
And it's
so if Ben Swan would like to join
know.
me on the program, we don't have to get into the Seth Rich speculation, but I sure as hell want to talk about Pizzagate.
You think he'll still talk about Pizzagate?
I don't know. I mean, he does his own thing now, so he's not constrained by anybody that might hold him back. So let's go, please.
Well, we'll see. We'll hit him from both ends. I mean, both sides. We'll
I want to talk
both
to him.
sections.
I want to talk to him. Okay, so you remember in the past we've talked about we read some old CIA documents. It was like a transcript of remote viewing on Mars, and we talked because they had the giant beings and stuff that the people were remote viewing. Basically, you remember this conversation we had, and the psychics or what have you would sit there and they would say, "Hey, I see a giant guy. It's 2,000 years ago," and okay. So we talked about that here. So remote viewing has been a part of the CIA fun over the years. I saw Brianna Morello tweeted out secret CIA files claim that the Ark of the Covenant has been found doing the remote viewing that way, and it's in Ethiopia. Anything of that?
The Ethiopian church. Are you familiar with the Ethiopian Bible?
Yeah.
That fascinates me. The missing books of the Bible fascinate me because
I know, man.
They have, what is it that?
Why weren't those allowed in?
I have a big problem with men on Earth deciding, you know what, we don't like this, but let's not leave this one.
Well, hold on a second. I didn't know that we would get to this. In fact, it was at the very back of my stack here, and I'm going to bring it to the front here, and then I want you to talk about, whatever you want to on the missing books of the Bible or the not included ones. But I printed this up. This is from Open Minded Approach, that Twitter feed. Why do you think the Vatican keeps its underground libraries closed to the public? Why don't they digitize the books and share them with the world? We know that they possess ancient knowledge, but why keep it for a select few? Do you think it's because they care about us or because they want an advantage? And then it goes this long thread here. This gatekeeping and
yes,
there might be some UAP information there. Blah, blah,
Why
blah,
why
blah.
wouldn't there be? Why do they keep all that stuff? Why do they keep it all secret? Why? And information is power. We've seen
Boom.
if
There it
we've
is.
ever
I was just about to say that exact thing.
if we've ever had lessons on information being power, we in the last 5 years, I mean, that's exactly what it is. And the more information that you have that you can hold back, then
So
the more power you can reserve for yourself.
This thread from Open-Minded Approach says they renamed the library from Vatican Secret Archives to the Vatican Apostolic Library and the Vatican Apostolic Archives. See, now it doesn't sound like they're keeping secrets. See,
Right.
It's archives.
Exactly. Right. Yeah.
There is absolutely no need for large private libraries like the one in the Vatican. Why are they gatekeeping ancient knowledge that belongs to humanity? After how many years do patents expire? This knowledge belongs to all of us. And then it talks about these two individuals. Oh, it talks about the UAP phenomenon. And one of these experts says that the phenomenon is rooted in Judeo-Christian religions. See, I'd like to see, what is that all about? Blah, blah, blah,
Say
blah.
that again. What's rooted in it?
That the UAP phenomenon actually is connected to Judeo-Christian religions. And I don't know what that's referring to, Brad. I don't know if that's trying to go back to the Nephilim. I really don't know.
Ezekiel's wheel.
That's
the one that always sticks out in my mind. Ezekiel's wheel in the Bible, it's describing a flying saucer.
Oh, okay.
And some could argue that the burnt bush was some sort of an engine.
Okay. I didn't know where we were going with that. It's Brad Staggs. I never know where we're going with that.
I mean, the woman who was naked at the airport, she did get a call from the 70s. They did want their
we're good. We're good.
Back.
We're good. What's in your Yeti
wallet?
Right now?
What's in my what?
What's in your Yeti right now?
It's not in the Yeti, but I've got and I haven't done it yet. Mad honey. Have you heard about mad honey?
No. Am I about to be pitched honey?
No, it's a hallucinogenic honey. And
what time does the Brad household close tonight?
I'm gonna
hold on. Let me see how traffic is between here and there.
Right. I mean, they say, and this could be absolute bullshit. Who knows? But it has some sort of I don't want to say neurotoxins. What is it? It's some sort of
stimulant.
No, it's not. It's a hallucinogen, and people.
And it's illegal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, what makes you ask?
Because I live in Texas.
It do not exceed 1 tablespoon of mad honey in any 24-hour period.
Oh, don't tell me how to live my life.
Makes me suck this whole thing down.
Right. You
Watch
say that.
This.
I'm gonna find those secret archives.
And
if
this
it's
might
the last thing I ever do.
It smells. It does have a hint of bananas, which is ironic since the bottom. You can see the tip of my banana down there, which is.
That's a fact. That's your banana.
It is. That's the tip of my banana.
And then under your name, that's my tomahawk hanging out right there.
Has anyone told you you've got a really nice tomahawk?
I'm not answering that question.
You can't take a compliment? What's wrong with you?
So,
you scared of the homos? Is that what it is?
That's awesome.
E1 Guru says it makes you mellow.
Oh, that's boring.
I don't want it to make me mellow. Give me the stimulant. Give me the stimulation, right? Can you give me the stimulation?
Let me before I forget. Before I forget, I've got some great deep dives lined up. Would you like to get a preview?
I would love it.
Okay, so just so everybody knows, Brad and I are going to be doing this nonsense again tomorrow for the Friday live stream. Do you have anything to talk about tomorrow, Brad?
It's not tomorrow yet.
Good answer. Then next Thursday, April 3rd, I've got a conversation with a guy who may have broken AI. It's so awesome. It's this conversation. I printed it up.
Oh, I love when I've seen what I can't remember the other guy's name, but he got the one AI to admit it was lying.
Oh, we got to bring that up. No, I don't. I remember it, but that's different than this.
When are you doing that one?
A week from today on April 3rd. And then, okay. There it is. So then April 10th, okay? April 10th, I kind of hinted at this on the live stream. I forgot what it was. I had people try to figure out what they thought was the biggest government cover-up of all time. Now, everybody's going to have their opinions on what that is. And I don't know that we could ever fully agree on it because then it wouldn't be a cover-up. But right. My take is, do you have a guess of what might be the biggest cover-up from my perspective?
Of all time?
Yeah. And you and I have never talked about this. I've only recently come to this conclusion, by the way.
Well, then how the hell would I know?
That's why I want you just to guess, because it's fun just to make you guess random things.
Biggest cover-up of all time.
What does Keith Malinak now believe, having no data points or information to go off of? Brad Staggs.
That Pete Rose wasn't actually banned from the Baseball Hall of Fame.
You got it! Yeah, no.
Damn it.
Roswell, New Mexico.
Okay. I mean, is it the biggest?
There's so much that came after that, and we're going to talk about that on.
Did you see my hat?
What's it say? Wait, now I got to get my glasses back on. I don't even know where I put my glasses. Oh, nice. Oh, okay. So I will be there.
You'll be where?
In Roswell later this year.
All right. Before you go, I need to hook you up with Renee, who is a listener, and she used to be involved with the Roswell and the PR department of Roswell, and she came through town, had a bunch of Roswell swag, and she even mentioned, she's like, "Hey, do you want to be on like Media Row when UFO Days happens in Roswell in April?"
Brad, yes, everything, yes, but hold on a second, hold on. This would have been my answer. Cougar Diva Heat Hug, 9/11, 3 weeks ago. Before I finished this particular book, that would have been my answer.
Which book?
Jeez, where is it?
It's not this one, is it?
Witness to Roswell. Yes, Witness to Roswell. Yep, exactly right. Hold on, it keeps blurring out there. Witness to Roswell.
Oh, that's weird because it's green. Sorry.
Yeah. That's the
Renee
one.
gave this to me.
Okay. Have you read it?
She said it's fabulous. No, I haven't. She just gave it to me.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot with that question, but what I'm telling you is,
you know, I don't know how to read.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. That book right there. 3 weeks ago, I would have been 50-50 on aliens and stuff. Okay? That book, and I'm not ashamed to admit it, I hate it when one source does so much sway with me. Okay? But within that is the most. You are holding in your hands. Where is my copy? You are holding in your hands.
It's right here. This is yours. I
swear. You snuck it. You didn't put pictures in the frames, but you took my damn Roswell book. So I'm telling you guys, that book is it may be the most thoroughly sourced book I have ever read in my life. It is so good. And it does, and it's not afraid to say, "Oh, we had this wrong. We thought this," or whatever. And so I'm going to talk to one of the authors about that.
Next Friday?
No, that's going to be April 10th.
Oh, okay. I want to play.
Okay, you want to be there for that? Absolutely. Come on down. Let's see here. Hang on a second here. I was looking for a comment. Yeah. I've talked about September 11th before, though, Kara, and I have not forgotten that. That's for damn sure. April 17th, Steve Dace will be here to talk about the resurrection of Christ a few days before Easter. And I'm leading to something, y'all. April 24th is not quite locked down yet, so I thought I could have teased all the way until Brad's next Thursday deep dive appearance, which is on May 1st. And if you remember Kelly Smith, who was on the Friday live stream once, she's going to join us for that Barfley episode because she's got some stuff that she needs to talk about. She is a big-time conspiracy theorist on a couple things, and so I have invited her to be a part of that on May 1st. So I almost have it, all the Thursday shows booked till May 1st. I'm pretty proud of myself. Please clap.
Hold on a second. I'll clap. Hold on. I'm going to clap.
Okay. That's okay.
That was AI, by the way.
Yeah, I gathered that.
I was AI. Just, hey, give me a small group of people clapping.
So do you ever wonder what it was like to be a baby? I think earlier you kind of alluded to something like that, and you poop yourself in bed and whatnot. Joe Biden knows what it's like to be a baby.
You mean like wearing a diaper in public, that sort of thing?
Well,
did you know that there was somebody, and I don't know if it's public, if it's, so I can't tell you who, but this person who you would know if I mentioned their name traveled with, and one of the requirements was, if you're going to have this person on your in your event, travel with another person that liked to dress up in a diaper and be taken care of in like in public and whatever. And when I say I don't mean creepy taken care of, but just
hold on a second. There was a rumor back in the day, 20, 30 years ago, that sports announcer Marv Albert, right?
Yeah,
to wear a diaper and hire a lady. Now that's a rumor,
right?
That was out
why
there.
not? You know what? Why not? I challenge anybody within the sound of our voices. You know what? If you have the confidence to stand up and say there's not something weird that you like to do, I dare you, because everybody's got that one thing that they're like, well, yeah, I kind of like it if I'm standing on one foot and you're behind me, and then everybody's got that thing. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're on one foot. I'm trying to. Never mind. So
we call it the stork.
So the story I have here, it's kind of a letdown of a story, because it talks about how, like, we apparently have the memories from being a baby, but we just don't know how to access them.
Doesn't surprise me.
How lame is that?
But I mean, they have to be in there, right? Because your brain is like a perfect hard drive.
Yeah, I mean,
so why wouldn't they be? But
it's just it's a weird story. They hook up now this is the thing. They hook up these babies to these machines, and it's a CNN story, by the way. So it's obviously accurate. But they tested the baby's memories just on stuff that they had just, based on the activity of their brain. They could tell that the kids had remembered stuff, and I don't know. It's kind of convoluted, but anyway, so
sounds compelling.
Yeah, it sounds compelling, right? I'm some of these stories I'll print up. I'll even highlight them, Brad, and I'll sit here, and in the moment I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it.
What was I thinking?
When you see a story, and I do this right here, and I go to the next page, and then I'm not reading it, and I'm just kind of just, and then the babies, they show that they had a memory, and then anyway, what else we got in the stack?
I remember when I was I kind of remember when we lived in Lake Tahoe, which I used to call Lake Taco.
Nice.
My mom, because I was a climber, I was a runner, and so if you just put me in the playpen, I would Alcatraz that MF, or I'd be over the top and gone. So she used to put me on the floor and take the playpen upside down, plonk it over the top of me, so I couldn't get out. So it was like prison.
Yeah, I think we'd had to do that with Aslan. Yeah.
See, so and I remember that. And I remember preschool because I remember the rock wall being, you know, up to like nose level with me or whatever. I've got this image in my brain around the preschool and walking there with my mom and the rock wall being, and I'm sure it's a, you know, little retaining wall that's like this tall.
Yeah.
So, but as a baby, that would, I mean, like laying there and you just pooped your diaper. And it's like, I remember feeling squinchy. I don't remember. I don't remember that.
Uh-huh.
Do you?
Yeah. No, there's some, who was it that, what's the black celebrity guy?
Stevie Wonder.
No, that said he remembers his birth. Remember that? That was about a year or two ago.
Yeah, I kind of do.
He's kind of out there with his theories and stuff. What was his name?
His name was it was in the Guardian, right?
Sure. He was on a podcast talking about it. He remembered.
Okay.
Actor remembers his birth. Google that.
Well, Ray Bradbury?
No, that wasn't.
But here's Ray Bradbury said he remembered his birth. He said it in his article called "He Remembered the Terrific Pain of Being Born."
Wow.
Ray Bradbury. Wow. Who knew? The adults who remember being born. There's a story on who?
Terrence Howard.
Isn't he a wackadoodle-doo?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, thank you. Sue got there as well. Appreciate that.
Did Sue just make you look bad?
Why don't you back off, woman?
Oh yeah, now she's screaming it. Look at this. She got exclamation marks.
Wow.
Exclamation marks.
I mean, that deserves a.
Why don't you back off, woman?
I was trying to Google on another tab, so I didn't see your comment.
Nicolas Cage too.
Oh look, Sue says it was Terrence Howard. So Terrence Howard is apparently the one.
Why don't you back off, woman?
Oh wow, Nicolas Cage remembers his birth too.
Oh, Nicolas Cage. I love Nicolas.
So so I have this story since we're talking about brains and repressed memories and whatnot. I know you didn't have a chance to read this story, and that sucks because I didn't have a chance to highlight it. Apparently,
which one?
The one about brain activity. I sent it a couple weeks ago to you and Jeffy.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Please mail it to me.
Sure. Please don't stress off.
Do I look like I'm stressing myself?
I want some of that honey that you got peddling over there. I don't know what that is.
I am looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome.
When's my invitation?
Come on over.
Hey, no, I'm being very serious. I'm inviting myself right now.
Okay.
Can I come over since tomorrow's live stream is just you and me again? Can I just? We won't have to worry about technical problems. I can have some of that honey during the show. Can I just come to your house tomorrow and do the Friday live stream?
Yeah.
And then we could go drinking afterward.
We don't have to go anywhere. We can just sit right here and just drink like monkeys. How do monkeys drink?
Okay, so I will bring this laptop just in case I need it in another corner of the studio there. I don't know. How are we going to do with this? Can you have two people on camera there, or how do you want to do this? I love how we're planning. This is normally an off-air conversation, but you know what? Screw it. Let's have it in front of everyone. I'm not sitting in your lap again. That creeped me out last time.
You know what? It wasn't that creepy.
It was for me. The next thing, I was sitting there minding my own business. The next thing I hear, hey, watch this. It's called the stork.
We'll make it work.
Yeah.
That sounded expensive.
Okay, so all right, then I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so and I swear if you try the stork thing again, son of a bitch.
It's hard to do with one of your feet hurts. I mean, it's totally worth it, but it's hard to do.
Okay, so I don't know. There's a story about after all of your organs and stuff shut down, your brain is still active, and they think maybe that's your soul leaving your body. Good story, right? Moving on. Do you have any?
Well, they did. You know, the dude that got had his, and I think this has been like a few hundred years ago, that was beheaded, and supposedly his friend said that because it was an execution, and he was going to tell
before you tell the story, because I want you to tell the story, and this is going to sound awkward, but this is actually a big compliment to Brad Staggs. Okay, hold on. I don't even know what the story is. I'm trying to compliment Brad Staggs. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, that I love having Brad on. Because I have this story printed up for you that I went through, and then when I got to it, I was just like, and then the brain activity and whatever. But see, Brad, he has so much knowledge in that cranium of his that he's now going to take that little nothing story. I'm totally setting him up to fail. I hope this is a great story, Brad. And so I have just a thumbnail sketch of, they're thinking maybe, one of the theories is it's your soul leaving your body because it's like 15 minutes later, the brain's still active after everything else shuts down and what have you. And then Brad jumps in with the greatest story about brain activity ever, and he just wings it. Okay, now go ahead. No pressure.
I'm just making shit up. There was I can't remember the all of the details, but he was going to prove to his friend who was there at the execution that after you're beheaded that your brain still does operate for like 7 seconds. And in theory, well, part of the legend goes that he blinked his eyes, I don't know, 3 or 4 times. Other people say he didn't blink his eyes. Other people say if he did blink his eyes, it was just muscles twitching, like the dead sitting up in the middle of the night. But there's a story over at Discover magazine, which, all of those like Scientific American, all the rest of it used to not just do politics, but actually did interesting stuff. Are humans still briefly conscious after decapitation? And they still do beheading in some parts of the world. But once how would we ever know?
Right.
Separate. Oh, there it is. Onlookers later claimed that the Queen's lips were moving. Was she trying to say something back in 1536? Anne Boleyn was executioned. And can you imagine if they screwed it up? If they're like, oh, I didn't hit you hard enough. Let me try that one more time. Schwack. Oh, it's happened. But we think of some weird ways to kill each other, do we not? But even if it does for 7 seconds, what do you do with that information? All right. I'm not going to use the old quit while you're ahead gag because there's no point in it.
So what were you thinking for those 7 seconds? I was thinking that's going to leave a mark.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that did hurt.
I can't feel my legs.
I wonder if
or my arms.
Sew this back on.
But it's, what? Because it doesn't hurt. I say that I've never been beheaded.
Brain stays alive for 5 minutes. Yikes!
It can't possibly hurt when you get schwacked with a sword or with a guillotine because instantly your natural morphine kicks in. Right?
Oh yeah, you tell yourself that.
Well, like when I cut myself on the table saw. First it's like you feel, ooh, and then it doesn't hurt for a while.
That's where you need a pain blocker, like after a surgery type thing, because it's traveling to your brain, right?
And you're just prepared. I'm waiting for it. But really traumatic injuries don't hurt for quite a while because your brain cuts off the, I guess it's a hormone or something it releases to keep the pain from hitting you that hard. But if you're alive for 7 seconds afterward, all right, so you're alive for 7 seconds. You're looking around going, I can't turn my head.
That. Knights who say knee. I like it. What were you thinking for those 7 seconds? The title of your sex tape.
I know a turtle head will bite you after it's off. So will a snake.
Oh, snap.
A snake's head will do weird stuff. But Friday's show in his birthday. Oh, Toby says, should we warn Keith that Brad may try to do the Friday show in his birthday suit? That's
shoot. I gotta be home for that.
I don't have a birthday suit.
Wait.
You know, I think you do.
So that,
I mean, it would be fascinating. And the soul thing.
yeah.
Did you ever watch Evil?
Mm-mm.
Great show.
I mean, I watched Jeffy.
Well, that's a different kind of evil. But Evil was on CBS and then it went to Netflix for its last 2 seasons, I think. And they had an episode where they weighed there was an experiment and they weighed the body just before death and then they weighed it just after death. Ultra sensitive, obviously, scale, but there were several grams. I don't know if it's probably rooted in truth somewhere, but there were several grams lighter the body was after death. And I know it's a dramatic show and blah, 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 but is it possible that the soul has weight? Does electricity have weight? I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, I don't either. I just know that after next week's deep dive on April 3rd, you're going to wonder if AI has a soul. Like right now, it's easy just to sit here and go, not a chance. It's a computer program. Okay.
How can it is it even possible for it to have a soul? I mean, technically,
you're gonna have to wait a week. Sorry, I'm not giving it away.
Electricity doesn't have a significant weight. See, there's the key word. Doesn't have significant weight. The electrons that carry it do have mass and therefore contribute to the weight of the object they're in, like a wire or battery. So, if the soul, which I tend to believe is the electrical, if you had to put a quantification on it, is the electrical charge that keeps us all moving. If it has weight, then you should be able to weigh it at the end, right? Wouldn't that be tricky?
There's so many things we will never get the answers to, and that kind of pisses me off, honestly.
I'm having another hit of the honey.
I'm so jealous. I'm hitting the honey tomorrow.
Should I? I'll let her know.
I want to don't eat all that honey for tomorrow because I'm gonna want some of that. Is that all you got over there? What else you got under the?
Remember, never make your safe word. Is that all you got?
No, never make your safe word owl.
Is that all you got?
Is that all you got? I know I've told this story. I remember specifically sitting out on the back patio during drinks with Keith one night. I don't know if I've ever told it here, but if you go back and there's HBO, Real Sex, whatever.
I remember that show.
Okay, so I didn't have HBO as a kid, but apparently everybody else in my media productions class did.
Uh-huh.
And they recognized our substitute teacher one time from the Real Sex, I think Real Sex 2. I'm not sure.
Really?
I've never seen it. I don't know. Okay. It's one of the early Real Sex things. And apparently
like a dominatrix.
Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea. I just know his safe word was yellow. And the reason I know that, Brad, is because this is media productions. Okay. And so there are cameras. How do I explain this? There's the classroom, and then on the other side of the wall, there's a doorway that leads to editing bays, and you can transmit, whatever. I don't know how to explain it. There's a main TV out in the classroom, and they put the camera on this poor guy who's just trying to be a substitute teacher in between acting gigs. And I didn't get it at the time. It was explained to me shortly thereafter. But they flashed the word yellow in all caps on the screen while his mug was on it. So there's a few kids in the class who were just like, yellow. What?
Hello.
What's happening?
I mean,
so if you somebody DM me, please. Somebody do your research. Go find HBO Real Sex. I don't know, 1, 2, 3, something like that. I remember he had kind of like dirty blonde hair or something. I don't know. And if his safe word's yellow, that's the guy. Substitute teacher at Walton High School Media Productions back in 1992, 3, 4. somewhere in there. Did you find him?
I did not. I was looking for something else, actually.
Oh, okay.
What? No.
No. Hang on.
What? Sorry. Hang on, because I can find him.
That's what I was hoping you would do.
But
I'm hoping you would do my job for me.
He was a substitute teacher.
Yeah, I'll never be able to find this. No, he was a substitute teacher for us, so I don't know what he
Real
is
sex.
I don't even honestly understand the premise of that show. I don't know if it's
Real sex.
Is it honestly? Is it a reality show? Is it scripted? What is it?
I haven't seen it in a long time, like since yesterday. It's stories about sex, obviously, and let's see, real sex.
Don't worry about it. This is I'm trying to Google real quick. This isn't an easy, quick little look-see and find it. This is an old show, and
yeah, it hasn't been on for 16 years.
Yeah,
it was on from 1990 to 2009. It only had 30 episodes. How can that be?
One of the teachers in my kid's high school made a porn movie. She was the guy's favorite teacher.
She was gorgeous. She was the speech debate teacher. Really? Do we have to watch the episodes in order? Are they sequels of each other? Is he talking about real sex? Right?
I don't
Toby.
know. I don't know.
I think
Sue hasn't posted the school or the town or anything that would be useful information for us.
Right. I mean, you guys can watch them. Send a synopsis for tomorrow's show. You guys. Oh, what? Well, you're not going to watch? What the hell Sue's problem?
What now?
Why don't you back off, woman?
Wow. Yeah. Right.
Wow. She's not going to. In my high school, my kid's high school, she was this guy's favorite teacher. Didn't everybody had a favorite teacher like that, kind of, right?
Oh, God.
I remember Miss Mabin from junior high, who now would be like 80.
And you ever said, I think, boy, I bet she's a hot 80-year-old now.
But I mean, the stories were like, she and really, and Kevin, yeah, Kevin swears he did. Okay, I don't know if it's true, but
I don't think I had an attractive teacher since third grade. How sad is that? As I sit here and reflect in my life, I'm sad now. I feel like I was robbed, honestly. I'm not saying there weren't hot teachers. I'm saying that I didn't have any hot teachers since third grade.
I can't remember a smoking hot teacher. I mean, Mr. Shamel was, he was
right.
He was a looker.
Right.
Yeah, I think if he was alive now, he'd be about 170. But I can't think of anybody who was just smoking.
Right.
Smoking hot. I did want, because I brought her up tomorrow on the Daily Mojo. We're going to be talking to Marissa Simonetti, who is the known as the Tarantula tosser. And gosh. That's her that is her mugshot right there.
Oh wait, let me look here. Hang on. The Tarantula. You're going to talk to her?
Uh-huh. Okay. She sent us an email and she's like, "Hey, I want to be in your show," because I'm like, okay.
That's cool, man. It's not often that guests invite themselves.
I was like, if she hadn't been hot, I mean, what?
Look, I'm listening. We're listening.
I mean, okay, let's say you get an email from somebody like, "I just want to be on your show," and you look them up and you're like, "Oof, looks like they ran into a mud fence." And
oh no,
right? And then are you like more or less likely to go, "Oh yeah, let's have it"? You know what? They got nothing to talk about, but at least they're ugly. You never do that, do you? No, of course not. But if if you look at somebody, you go, "I don't know what she wants to, but she's hot, so why not?"
So,
and actually, she does have a fascinating backstory because she ran for, was it Senate?
Oh wow!
And she says she's got congressional district. Gosh, is it Minnesota? Yeah, Minnesota. and she's got some. I mean, if nothing else, it's an interesting story, right?
Yeah. No,
and she does have an OnlyFans.
I'm just doing math in my head here, thinking of Miss Watley in 3rd grade, probably in her 70s.
Miss Watley,
probably not hot anymore.
Jody Watley. What's she, 3rd grade?
I know. I don't think I ever knew her first name, or at least I don't now.
Well, see, Jody Watley was a singer, so.
Oh, my bad. Hey, that's cool though that you had somebody invite themselves to your show.
Like, right. I mean, cool. I may or may not regret it.
How often has that happened? Where someone because
well,
I'm leading to a story here, but
it requires me to check my email, so I can't give you a definitive
okay.
answer on that.
Okay. So I've had one. Okay. So if you're not familiar, youtube.com/@the-mic, or YouTube, yeah, at the mic. Yeah, there's a section there that contains all of the interviews that I've done in the past with people with their life stories. And Brad wouldn't shut up. I mean, that was a 2-parter, if you'll recall.
It's hard for me to close my mouth sometimes,
especially when you're doing the stork thing. So, so it was a 2-parter. I think I only had 2 guys that were 2-parters. That was you and Stu Bergier. And so there's a playlist.
That bitch
over at YouTube.
He just wanted to be like me.
If you want to go and check that out, but only one of those guests invited themselves, and I wasn't upset about it.
Was it me? Did I?
No.
Oh, because I couldn't remember. That's the beauty of being old. You don't remember stuff.
And I won't say the name, but I'll give the episode number, mostly because I want y'all to go.
Oh, I thought you meant between me and Stu.
No. No. Of the 122 life stories that I did, only one of them came to me, and it was through the company's public relations arm. And I thought, okay, that's cool. Now.
Sometimes
he didn't have a lot of time for episode 121, but anyway, what was that? What's that? You were saying something. I'm sorry.
No, this kind of qualifies as somebody who invited themselves on the show because they were a troll in the Rumble chat room, and Trent, not Chris, was his name because we pretty sure it was a guy named Chris from Canada. Who has it's called Not a Show on YouTube. And anyway, he would like to call into places like Hannity. And then when he would get on the air at Hannity, he'd ask questions. And then all of a sudden he'd say, fuck. And you go, and, we don't really, it's like, what are you going to do? Is he going to cuss when he gets on the air on the daily? Okay. Is that all you got? Is that all you got, bitch? But we said, all right, call in. We opened up the phone line and he called in and was like, womp womp, because he tried to bait with Trump stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay. So and that didn't work out. And you know what? He's not been back in the chat room as a troll, which is kind of sad because it's it's kind of fun to bat him around like cat toys.
Right. So Gabby did the LOL there. That reminds me, Gabby, I am so grateful for all the work that you're doing. She took the initiative herself to start an Instagram page.
She should give it back.
At the Mike Show.
Oh.
And she stays so like, I feel bad, Gabby, because you are constantly, she's going through these life stories that I was just referencing and pulling out these highlights and turning them into these clips over at Instagram. So go to Instagram at the Mike Show, follow that, like, subscribe, whatever the hell it's called, because I swear, Gabby and Wes and all of these great people, Brad, who are such a big part of this, man.
Did you just call me fat?
I didn't call you fat.
I feel like you did. You said they're just such a big part. All I heard was big. I am following you.
Okay, well, thank you. I'm talking to everyone in general. I didn't say
Brad. Who else is here? Who else is here? I don't see anybody else. Are you trying to pretend that we're talking to a bunch of people again? That's just weird.
Oh, before we go, I'm glad that
sorry, Nashville Scoop is dead.
Kara makes a good point. Elise Stefanik no longer going to be UN ambassador because the GOP House majority is such a thin margin. I mentioned this a few months ago that they were going to wait on her. Well, that now I think they're waiting on what's going to happen with some upcoming special elections that could affect the balance of power in Congress. I posted a video from Owen Schroyer about how the Supreme Court election in Wisconsin coming up on Tuesday is incredibly important because it could end up with, he explains how they could possibly redraw congressional districts, and it could be a mess, y'all. So get out and vote, and make sure that you vote correctly. And if you're not going to vote correctly, then don't vote at all.
Then text your vote to and it's we make it easy to remember the number I blow chunks. Just text yes or no as your vote to I blow chunks, and your vote will be cast.
So Brad, I got a question for you.
Once in college, but I was drunk.
I'm not judging.
I didn't really enjoy it.
Is that where you learned the story? So are you a baseball fan at all?
Not really, no, because no. I mean, even when I was growing up, I mean, we went to Dodger games, but it's just so slow.
Not anymore. Now they got a pitch clock, bro.
Okay.
I'm trying to get you into it, you know?
All right, talk to me. Give me something. Get me excited.
Well, let's go to a Rangers game sometime.
I've been to a Rangers. Oh, they're in the air-conditioned place now. Okay.
In the air-conditioned place now,
since they're in air conditioning, yes. Wait a minute. Are we going? Do we have to sit with the great unwashed, or do we get a? Because I mean, if you're taking me out, we only go into the suites.
Do you know me? You're going to be sitting with the great unwashed. I don't have a connection anywhere. Like honestly,
I don't.
A lot of people in media have like connections at places. You're not talking to one of them. Okay.
Do we have to touch any of the people that are out there? Because you know how many diseases those people carry?
I don't. I'm not going to ask.
Asking for a friend.
Huh.
Okay.
So all I was just going to say is that the Atlanta Braves 2025 baseball season began exactly 51 minutes ago.
I was going to say, it's opening day.
And my Roku has been on pause because I have a commitment here.
Why didn't you just have it on in the background?
Because I'm giving 110%. You may not be able to tell that I'm giving all my effort to this show, but I couldn't, if I'm being honest.
What do you think? Is he giving his effort 110%?
Walk down the
They're not.
Let me show you what's going on here. Remember I said I had internet difficulties? So that's let me dim this.
Wait a minute. Is that like 12 TVs?
There's that. That's the Braves game right now on Roku, as you can see. It's just I took
no wonder I'm pixelated and jerky.
Well, I can't help the jerky stuff. But the Roku is not connected. So
bastards.
I mean, I was committed to the audience and didn't want to be distracted, and that's what's happening. Anyway, so I got to go and figure out.
Wait.
How to get this internet to work? You know,
YouTube has an undo button.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Craw Fisk over in the YouTube chat says YouTube has an undo button now. Will miracles never stop?
Hey, you know, before we go, I got a question here. What could I offer? And please, nobody panic. I'm not hinting at anything. I have a question. What could I offer?
You have soft hands.
And I can stand like a stork. No, what, you know how they have the little on Twitter, you can start a subscription thing?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't
know how much I would charge, and I don't know what I would offer, because I'm going to keep doing these live streams. I'm not going to keep people out of live streams. So I'm just like,
well, for instance,
I'm not doing nudes either, so don't even ask. You've already asked me multiple times in texts that are screenshot in case the police ever come calling Brad. But
never mind. Well, like on Wednesday nights, Wednesday evenings, I do a little thing now called the Wednesday Watch Party, where the people who are insiders at the Daily Mojo, we get together and we just watch stuff that we find on YouTube and you know, weird stuff. And
that's fun.
And so you could do that, and because people really just want to spend time with you, they want to feel special.
Oh,
That's it.
So I do every now and then. I do a Wednesday night thing. You think I should charge for that? I bet people in the chat right now would be pissed if I started charging for that.
Well, you know, the difference.
You charge for your Wednesday night thing?
Well, yeah, you have to be the insider.
Well, how do you become an insider at the Daily Mojo?
You go to the dailymojo.com and then you click on one of the buttons. That's it's the button that you click on that shows you how to become an insider. Hang on a second.
If something shows up on your screen, I'll put it on the TV here.
It's weird that you'd say that. So if you go over to the dailymojo.com and then you click on Insider Club, and then you click on
how much does that cost me?
Well, you've got, it's funny you should mention that because you've got different levels where you can do a Patriot, $5 a month, or a Rebel 10 or 25. You can do if you're money, you could do $100 a month. And
I like
let's
that.
be honest. And
like
you get you get like a free month if you're, oh man, you get a couple of free months. If
wow, look at that.
Right?
So yeah, here's what I was thinking. You know, I'm never gonna, and I have to get this on the record here, so you guys can remember this. I'll never charge for the Thursday, Friday thing, the deep dive or the Friday live stream. But you know, maybe we do the charging on the Wednesday night. I don't know. But here's what
I understand where you're coming from, because it's tough to understand. It's tough to figure out what to charge for and what not to.
Right, but here's what I was thinking about charging for. Okay, but I don't know how to. I'm not a good bookkeeper, so here's what I'm wondering. If I had a level of subscription where I did like a what do they call it, a cameo thing, maybe you get a cameo a month. You know, I
thought about doing that too, but not as a cameo, but just don't run it through Cameo, because that way they don't get, you know.
No. I was using it kind of like in a generic, like clean,
like straight, but like straight to you. Yes, absolutely. You do and then because I think that would be.
Look at that. I didn't know you could do different levels of membership over at thedailymojo.com.
And it just helps. It keeps the channel going. It keeps the podcast going, because, you know, we do have some sponsors, affiliates. They don't pay us to be on the program, but like protectmymojo.com is right. You know, you buy stuff from them, we get like 5%.
And that's the dailymojo.com. Is where you can sign up. You can sign up.
If you sign up for the Insider Club, yes, at the dailymojo.com. But if you want to get the Burn a Launcher, you go to protectmymojo.com.
Oh, protectmymojo.com. Can I just say,
pop someone in ding with this?
One of the things that I hate about this this program that I'm using is it makes you big. You know, like when I say I'll put that up there, and then instead of just putting us back at the same size, it's like, oh look, Brad should be bigger. Like, what the hell?
I really should be bigger. Why? Wait. Why should I be bigger?
I don't know. It's like I put that up there, and then I have to manually come here and click this button. I mean, it's a first world problem, but it still pisses me off.
How much is that thing a month?
Well, here's the thing.
Is that the free version?
Here's the thing, Brad Staggs. Most people, and I mean this sincerely, most people pay for months at a time. But when you're a dumbass and you like to get stuff taken care of and off your mind, you pay for a year at a time.
Oh, you got sucked into the year long. Okay.
Get sucked into it. I'm just a dumbass. You don't have to suck me in. When you're a dumbass.
Okay.
So
that's
me.
Oh, they suck. And thanks, Beaver. Thank you, Beaver, for the birthday shirt, because she sent.
Yeah, what are you gonna do with the rest of your birthday day?
They heard suck.
I am so pissed off right now of what I
better to be pissed off than pissed on.
Listen,
but see, the thing is, somebody out there is going, "Oh no, it's not."
I just opened up my damn app to look up the Ranger schedule, because before we parted ways today, you and I were going to lock down a day where we were going to go to a Rangers afternoon game, okay? My ass opened up this app, and it already showed me what the Braves-Padres score was. The game that I haven't gotten to start myself. Now,
the final score?
No, they started an hour ago. But
well, then they don't look. Just try to remember. Think about.
Yeah.
You're gonna say think about baseball, but that's when you do.
I mean,
when
it's
you're
a
trying not
good
to think about
game. Don't get me
stats.
wrong. I'm just pissed that I know.
Right.
Okay. So
And-
it can't be a Thursday or Friday afternoon.
Well, it could, because you could just live stream the, go into the game.
Oh, we're doing a Friday live stream, but they don't play on Friday afternoons. They play at night on Fridays.
Oh, well then F them.
F them.
By the way, if you want to send me an email, there's a new thing. It's brad@thedailymojo.com.
Brad
I swear,
at the Daily
I'm
Mojo.
I'm gonna do better at checking my email.
.com.
I don't know
hey,
why.
and while I'm thinking about it, if you have any suggestions for like a subscription thing, or something you'd like to see me do, send me a DM, please, at Keith Malinak on Twitter.
Remember, that's a DM, not a BM.
Yeah.
What? Some people might get confused, and that would just not be. Oof.
We could do a June 19th deep dive from the Rangers game, but that'd be kind of weird.
Could you be like loud A and B?
We could sit in the upper nosebleeds, right? And just do a deep dive on some baseball conspiracy or something. We could talk about the White Sox scandal. Stupid. I'm just thinking outside. I'm trying hard here.
I know. I get it. I get it. I understand. It is not easy doing what we do. Damn it.
Listen,
it's not.
Is it so hard?
Toby says, let's face it, everyone. Brad can't do worse at checking his email. That's okay.
I found it. I found our game.
Shut up, Toby. Who made you the king of me?
I found our game, but it's on a Wednesday.
Okay. We don't have to stay up past, as long as I can get to bed by 7:30, we're good.
1:30 p.m. Yankees at Rangers on Wednesday, August 6th. And we're gonna
August. Oh, it's air conditioned. You said August, and I'm thinking Texas, air conditioned.
I mean, it looks like a Home Depot grill from the outside, but
when is it? August 6th?
Yeah, Wednesday, August 6th.
I'm just putting down. I'm just putting it on the calendar just so that when we get close to August 6th, we go, well, now what were we going to do?
Okay, write down Wednesday, September 10th. Those tickets will be easier, maybe. The Brewers, 1:30 p.m. on that day.
Oh, good. There's another thing I'll get to, and when I do, we'll go, well, what were we going to do?
On August 7th, we'll go, oh, crap, we forgot August 6th.
Right.
Well, we still got September.
Wait,
7th,
you
10th,
want me to check my email and my calendar?
I didn't save any.
What the hell? Do you think I'm Superman?
No, because somebody is writing this down for us, and they're going to remind us.
Right. Oh, you have a woman too?
That calendar, bro, it doesn't fill itself out.
Why don't you back off, woman?
Seriously, that's like half our conversations. Do we have something this weekend? Yes, remember your mom's blah 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 blah, and then Nana's got the blah blah blah, and then we got to meet at the blah 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 for the blah blah blah. And
right.
Like, oh,
there's a lot of blah 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 and going too.
You
Cross says, does Brad have a YouTube channel for the Wednesday weird stuff? No, you see, that happens only on the dailymojo.com or on the Daily Mojo app, because that's what you have to pay, because that's part of the being the insider. And what do you get?
What do you get?
That's the Rebel Alliance and above. That's how I remember it. You get that at the Rebel Alliance level of supporting the show, $10 a month. And, if you're like so super smoking hot, I may like give you, my burner cell phone number. Well, let's face it.
Wait a minute. You told me that I was the only one that had that
number. I tell that to everyone.
Oh, okay.
So does it make you feel special?
I'm hungry, and baseball is on, and it's only 80 degrees. My ass is about to be sitting on the back patio watching baseball, eating and drinking, and maybe I'll live stream it. And I won't even charge you. You'll just see a camera. A camera will be aimed at just me sitting there living my life.
You are a giver.
How do
with
I make
soft
money on
hands,
the internet, man? Come on.
Soft hands.
With my soft hands. Okay. All right, kids. So tomorrow, I'll be sitting in your lap for this.
We'll make this work.
Please remain fully clothed. Okay.
Why? Why you got to be that way?
So we'll see you at 3 p.m. Eastern on At the Mic, whatever the hell, wherever you're watching now, that's where it'll be tomorrow. I think you should somehow like stream it too somehow on your stuff.
I can.
Yeah.
I can do anything. Want to see me touch my eyebrows?
Fully clothed. Okay.
Oh. You know.
Yeah, I know.
I've had it with these restrictions.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna hang up now, and the next time you see me, Brad, I'll be knocking on your door tomorrow at some point. Yay. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'm serious. Send me your suggestions for what the hell I should make you pay for. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. We'll see y'all at 3 p.m. Eastern here on At the Mic, a Friday live stream. Man, I am